Dies and other card making supplies can get expensive, so I have created a new YouTube series sharing ways to stretch our crafty dollars by creating 4 or more cards with the same dies. In this video, I am using Crealies Create a Card number 3, the Stairstep die. Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik and I admit I am a die cut addict. I especially love dies that create fun folds and interactive cards, and recently I discovered Crealies, a website out of the Netherlands. I quickly became a huge fan after ordering from them. Their prices are very reasonable and the shipping is not expensive and the service is great. I received my orders in about a week's time. So here are the 2 most recent dies I ordered from Crealies. This is the, it's called the number 3, Create a Card number 3, but it is the Stairstep die with 4 steps. And I've used this on all the cards that I made today. And then this is another really cute set that I just got, and it's one in part of their parts, P-A-R-T-Z, and it's the Ladybug. And I saw the owner creating some cards with these, and I knew I had to get this. And look at how cute this card turned out using both those dies. It stands up to be a stair-step card. It folds flat to mail, and then when you open it up you see that it says love and then bug, love bug, and then all those super cute ladybugs in the reds and the blacks on this gray paper. It is very, very easy to create this card and the other cards. There is a template on the website, and I printed it and I played around with it to come up with cards that are standard sizes for the USA. So I am sharing that with you today. If you want an A2 sized card that folds to mail in an A2 envelope, what you're going to do is cut a piece of cardstock 7 inches by 5 1/4. Now all of the cards I'm going to show you are going to be 5 1/4 high, and that's because that is the height of this die. So, and of course, you know, 5 1/4, that's going to fit into the 5 1/2 side of the A2 envelope. So what you do is you cut a piece of cardstock 7 inches by 5 1/4, and then you measure for the A2 size, at least that's what I did, to 1 3/8 and put a little tick mark with a pencil there. And then you put the die on and attach it, of course, with some temporary tape and run it through your die cutting machine. And what it does is it cuts these lines and scores the other lines. So I'm going to show you on the last one I do, but you just get your fingers in there and you fold the front one down in a valley fold and the back one in a, no, I'm sorry, this is a mountain fold, that's a valley fold. And it's fairly easy to do. You use a bone folder and you have your base creative. And that's what I did on all of these initial cards. This one is a baby card, and all the details to all of these, what dies I used and everything on all these extra cards will be on my blog. But this here is a new die from Karen Burniston, and I decided this would be really cute. So it says, welcome baby boy. So B-O-Y. Obviously you could do G-I-R-L as well and change the colors. And I know this is a Tonic Studios die, and these are Karen Burniston dies as well. So the card was created just the way I showed you in blues, and then it will fold flat to mail, and then when they get it they have a stair-step card that's really fun. When I looked at this die, I knew with the 4 steps that a graduation card would be real fun with the year on the steps. So I created this graduation card, class of 2019, some graduates along the end, you did it, and some stars. And then on the back of this one, I created a little pocket and a little thing that you could sign, and then I put some money in there, and you could give it as your gift as well. So those are the cards that I created for the A2 size. Then I decided for this one that I wanted it a little bigger, so I created a template for a 5 1/4 inch square card. Now I have photographed all these templates and I will put them on my blog as well, but of course you can stop the video at any time and just write down the measurements if you want. But this one is 7 7/8 long and 5 1/4 high, and then at about 1 1/2 I placed the die and taped it down and ran it through, and then I folded it as seen, and this would go into a 5 1/2 inch or 6 inch square envelope to be mailed. And I made this one a Mother's Day card. So I have love you, and then it says mom. So again, it's going to stand up and folds flat to mail, and this is a beautiful layered die from Altenew, and it's a love you mom Mother's Day card. Next I decided to take it one step further, and I was playing with the measurements to do a double staircase card. So again, I have a template here, and it is 10 1/2 inches long by 5 1/4, and then when you fold it up with the double staircase you end up again with a 5 1/4 inch square card. I put tick marks at 1 3/8 and then at 4 inches, and at both of those places I place the die, and I'm going to show you that on the card we're going to make today. So this is a double staircase, and where that's kind of fun is that you can even add more messages. So this first one I made is a Christmas one, and it says wishing you, and then if you look in the sides here, hope, love, and joy, 3 of my favorite Christmas words, from our home to yours. So the recipient would stand it up and then see the double staircase of wishes for them. So wishing you hope, love, and joy from our home to yours. And I thought that was really fun to do. I added some pearls for a little dimension there on that card. And this is the card that we're going to make together today. It is a birthday card, and again it is a double staircase. Happy B-Day, wish big, with a fun cupcake. And that's the card that we're going to make today. And here are the dies that I used. The cupcake itself is from Burniston, from her Cupcake Pop Up. I used the candles from her Cake Pop Up. I'm using the Altenew Inline Alpha die. I thought it was kind of fun to use those alphabet pieces, but then on the big I used Burniston's big capital letters. So I used, those are from Burniston and the rest are from Altenew. And then I also used the balloons from the Explosion Pop-Up Set from Burniston. And of course I'm using the Staircase Creative Cards number 3 die from Crealies to make this card. I have a lot of pieces here, so I put them on a paper plate so as not to lose them. I have done most of the die cutting and put some things together here. On the balloons, I wanted them to be a little sparkly. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's real pretty sparkle on that. And I've been loving using my Midas Touch Aqua Shimmer pen to add some sparkle to a die cut or part of a card. And then I used the Nouveau glitter marker in the gold to put a sparkly flame on the candles. So those are 2 products I love from Nouveau. I have started this, and I wanted to show you again that I need my larger template. There it is. Put a pencil mark at 1 3/8, and I laid this down and I ran it through, and then I pushed and have created the first stair step. Then I repeated that. I put a pencil mark at the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to remember to erase that now. And so that is the measurement that gives me a stair step here, and then another one where I can put words on both of them. So what you do in essence once you have run it through is you just are going to pinch with your fingers in the first line. I'm going to go from the back here. Those top and bottom ones are a little easier. Now this is really thick cardstock from My Favorite Things. It's my new favorite color because it's that pretty coral, and I love to use the coral and the lighter coral and the aqua blues, which I've done. And I was just going to say that when it is the thicker cardstock, I would run it through twice. It cuts, of course, perfectly the first time, but to get those lines to be in there that you're going to want to work with your fingers to create the mountain folds and valley folds, it's easier if you run it through twice. So I have these down, and then I just go in and I just pinch that second one up with my fingers. I can see, you know, it's not hard to do, but just basically pinch those or move those up with your fingernails, and then you're just going to kind of start folding it down and use a bone folder in the front and the back. And your double staircase is that easy to create. So the die is a simple one, but it's really very easy and effective. Now I have tried, I have a tutorial online from a few years ago where I did this all by hand, and I had to go in the back and I had to measure and then cut and slice and score, and this is just so much easier, just so much easier. So I'm really liking this. So on the front, we are going to put Happy and the balloons and the strings. And this layered Happy is from Tonic Studios. And then I'm putting one of the balloons there. I had 2 strings. I will find that and attach it a little later. I have the B-Day, and I'm going to attach that down these stairs. The cupcake is going to go on the back, and I have Wish Big and all the pieces. I'm just going to take a little break and attach all those and come back. So I found my other string. It was on the floor, of course, and I attached the balloon strings. The B-Day is those Altenew Inline alphabets, and I put them on a black square. The square here is 1 1/4 inches, so I made the black squares 1 1/8 inch, and then put the B-Day there to distinguish from the other ones. Then on this Wish, I did not put a square there, and then that's the Altenew ones, and I'm going to put that last one on with you. And then it says Wish Big. Those are Burniston dies with an exclamation mark, which I like. I'm using my favorite glue with a skinny tip from the Burniston website, and I'll have a link to that in the description box. And I just put a little glue on the back of them and press down. So we have a double or even triple staircase with words Happy B-Day, Wish Big. This cupcake is a die from Burniston as well as the candles are, and I used a Tailored Expressions embossing folder on the frosting with some sprinkles, so that's kind of fun. So there I have shown you 6 different cards with different ways to use the same Crealies Stairstep die. I hope my cards have inspired you to find ways to stretch your supplies to make mini cards for any season and reason. Thanks for watching, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, and thanks too for helping me share the joy of creativity.